Yo, what it is, it's the Creek Boys, and you're locked in with the Vibe Perspective Podcast. Every day I'm with Vibe Perspective.
Yo, what it do, family? It's your favorite host, Mike on the mic from the Vibe Perspective Podcast. We tapped in here with my guys at Ground 3 Radio, DJ OK. Man, we back at it again for another Vibe Style Wednesday and another series of interviews, man. Shout out to each and every one of my listeners tonight. Be sure to call in, 443-377-1872. Again, the number is 443-377-1872, man. We got a real dope MC host in the building, man. TayyBandz is in the building. What's up, sis?
What's up?
Man, to all my listeners that want to tap in, learn more about some of the stuff she got going on, learn more about her music, learn more about everything she's working on, man, go over to the @thereal.TayyBandz on IG as we go through the interview so you can match the person to the word. You know what I'm saying? Again, that is @TheReal.TayyBandz in the building. I appreciate you being in the studio with us.
Appreciate you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Man, we got to start this, the appropriate way, I think. We got to start from the beginning. I think a lot of times people sit down with people, they don't even really get to that. They don't get to, like, how you got into this. And I think a lot of people who see what you do, they see the stuff you do in the community, they see, like your music, they don't know you as a person. And I want to kind of give that to the audience. So, like, you started sort of rapping, or at least doing, music at, like, a really young age, probably like 8 years old, right?
Yep.
Tell us, like, sort of that progression. I know you did, like, showcases in early elementary school, so tell us about, like, that start in music.
All right, bet. So, I used to go to Northwood Elementary School, and, I used to write songs about tests. So back then we had like the standardized tests or tests that we had to take to pass on the next level. And shout out to my old teacher, Mr. Johnson. He used to write the raps for me. I used to perform them at the showcases. And the rap was to get the students to like engage and do good on the test. So I started doing like recording performing at showcases at school, elementary school. I was like 6, 7, like he'd make the rap and I like remember it and showcase it and then everybody screaming like, and I was young, a kid. So I always did showcases at school, middle school talent shows. Western, I had performed at Summer Bridge. So Summer Bridge is like right before you go into 9th grade during the summer. And I had this song out, the Panda Freestyle. And I had performed and like all the girls was going crazy. I'm like, how do you know my song? Like it was crazy. So after that, like that right there got me a name in Western, and I've just been performing everywhere from Artscape 2018.
I'm hip.
Baltimore Soundstage. I did that. It's my second time. I just had a show there last month. Shout out to Billy Live for putting me on. So I just been doing stuff all around the city. And I got like 2 passions, and it's music and motivating youth. And that's just what I've been doing.
No, for sure. And I want to get into all of that too, because like I think that progression, that journey it matters. You can see sort of like you started piecing things together for yourself. You started being like, okay, I can actually do some really good here. And I want to talk about sort of early on. You talked about the freestyle, the Panda Freestyle. You was doing a lot of freestyles early on. Like that's kind of how you got your foot into this music stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong, you really started taking it seriously when your grandmother passed away in 2017.
Yeah, you've been doing your research.
I got to. Mike on the mic, it's the formula. Like that made you go harder in 2017. Like, could you give us like a little bit of insight on that and what it, sort of did for you losing your grandmother?
Right. So me and my grandmother was really close, like best friend, and she was there like at all my showcases, all my shows. She was the grandmother that brag about you to all her friends. I'm like, I don't even know who these is, but they know me. They know I rap. They know who my parents is. They know my name. So she was that type of grandmother, and like she just supported me in my music, everything I do, every single day. And when she died, like that really like impacted me in a way, because I'm like dang, like now I don't got her. So that really took me harder. So every time I feel like discouraged or whatever, or feel like I ain't going nowhere, I just think about the promise that I had gave to my grandmother, and that's how I just keep going. Going. Every time I have a show, I'm praying, going up to my grandmother. Like, that's what I'm doing it for.
That's dope. That's super dope. Rest in peace, grandmother, once again, by the way. Because, man, I think that you see a lot of times in the city. We live in Baltimore, so, like, trauma, heartache, issues like that could like turn anybody any direction. Like that motivated you to do more positive. Like that motivated you to like say, well, I'm gonna take this rapping thing seriously. I'm gonna actually push it to the next level. I'm gonna push myself, you know. And I think that's commendable. I'm gonna give you flowers, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people don't take that. They don't do that. They like, yo, I'm gonna just, you know, I'm a drag. I'm gonna make myself feel better in whatever way I can. And I think that's a good lesson for a lot of these youth, you know, that see you as like, I went through adversity and I'm still able to sort of put it together for myself and be something positive. So big shout out to you, man. Gotta say that. I mean, I had looked back and like I think it was like April 2017. Like you put out a video like all day. Like I know you know the record all day, man. That video with your with your homies in the alley. It was like the alley, right?
The graffiti alley.
Yeah.
That was my first real music video.
Yeah. How did that feel? Was you like 14 or something? Like,
yeah.
How did that feel?
I felt like a superstar. Then if you really look at the video, I'm in a car. That was my cousin's car.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shaq. He had me in his car with a drop top and graffiti. Like I'm feeling famous.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was like, no, if I was 14, I had a whip and I had the video with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting fly icy for the video, man. You couldn't tell me
I had a gold chain.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Stop playing with it. Stop playing with it. I mean, you know, like, and I listened to that record and I'm like, you know, and I've listened to all your music up until now and I feel like there's something you could pull out. Like, there's like, you sort of talking about common situations that a lot of people go through, like relatable moments that like people can tap in and be like, oh no, I actually went through that too. Like, and, you know, using, you know, the passing of your grandmother to motivate you is like, all of these things are important things to take away from this journey. Cause, you know, not many people can see the individual things. I want to point that out for everybody, you know, who hasn't did the whole research, because I did it. You know, and then, you know, like you know, you're doing things at the age of 17 and even younger is a motivation for everybody that's like 11 and 12, see TayyBandz, like, yo, I want to start my music career. Like, I want to, you know, you can even at the age of 14 do a great video. Like, you can even at the age of like 13 do a showcase, 12, like be in shows and, you know, perform at a high level. And you know, that's, I think, a gem that we can start off with, because I want to pull out all the gems in this interview. Because, like, somebody 11 and 12, I know I got listeners, you know, from across the world, of course, but definitely younger kids listen in and they like, yo, I want to be like her. You know, you can be. You just got to, you know, put that work for it, you know. Is there any, I guess, advice you would give to somebody who is like 11 or 12, who maybe are in that same space that you was in? What would you say to them?
I would say, so I got a tattoo on my arm. And they say believe in yourself. So that was the advice that I would give to anybody. Just believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself and you locked in, you can do anything. There's no dream is too small, too big. It's yours. Once you believe in it, you good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that speaks real true, because like 2018 July, you mentioned Artscape. Right. Like you performed at Artscape, and that was like, bro, like you was going crazy. Like you spoke that performance, you know. So like, what did that feel like, getting in front of the audience and like really showcasing yourself and like telling everybody, like, I don't care how young I am, I'm gonna smoke this. You know?
After the Artscape, I'm like, I definitely want to do this, like, cause once you get on the stage, like you in your mode, and then you got people cheering you on and screaming your name. I'm like, like this is what I want to do.
Yeah. Now I know how that feels, being on that big stage. I'm an MC too, but like I MC parties and stuff. You know, like I'm on the mic. You know, Mike on the mic got to make sense, right? So like, no, I feel that. Like when I first really got my first shot at MCing a party, I went crazy.
Yeah, it's like you on another planet, like you on another world. Yeah.
I let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like you would tell yourself in the whip, like, oh, I'm gonna do this. That go all out the window.
Because you don't remember nothing, right? You don't remember
nothing. All out the window. No, you in the moment. You gotta kind of treat it like that, because you're gonna feel that rush of that adrenaline when you're there. You know, and you know, you keep going, you know, up until like March 2020. In between, you're doing like these Instagram Triller freestyles. Like, and I want to know, because you kind of started your real push, like when COVID really hit, right? Like when everybody focused on social media now, when everybody's on IG, like you was like, all right, I'm gonna make this moment to like actually promote myself through this medium. Cause like, what else are they doing? They're only on IG. They're on their phone. Yep. You know, so tell us at least your thought process behind that. Like, did you see it beforehand? Like you was like, all right, I'm gonna just take that shot, or was it sort of a coincidence that it happened that way?
It was just a coincidence that it happened that way. I knew people was on their phones, so I was doing a board in the house, you know, that channel board. So I did that in the house. I was just doing different stuff. And like I got like a big support system, so my cousins was on me like, you don't really want it, you don't really want it, cause why you not posting every day? You on Instagram
Exactly,
every day.
yeah.
Everybody on TikTok, you don't really want it, you don't want to be famous.
Right.
So my cousin, he would come over like 1 o'clock in the morning just to record in the car, just so I can post something. And then he'll get mad at me, and I don't post it, or he'll get mad at me, then I ain't writing nothing else. So mad at me, I ain't in the studio. So like, having that big support system and people that actually push you and telling you, yeah, you don't want this, you don't want this. When I really do want it, but they saying I don't want it, now I'm gonna really show you that I want it.
Yeah.
So that definitely helped. Yeah.
No, for sure. That support system is important. Like I tell people a lot of times, like, bro, like you actually kind of need some people in your corner. Like it's cool. You could try to do the thing on your own. And a lot of people can do that. You know, some people are like lone wolves. They can make it all happen without nobody in their corner, nobody saying nothing, supporting them. But I feel like it's such a gift to have people around you who can like really motivate you to keep going. And, you know, like you getting kind of lazy in this. Like, yo, like they yoke you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get back on this. Like, cause you got something. Like, don't waste your talent, you know? Right. That's super important. Shout out to your cousin, cause like, man. Shout out to
Lee,
yeah. Oh wait, Lee Johnson?
Lee Johnson, yeah.
Yo, Lee, what's up, bro? That's my guy, bro. We went to Woodlawn together. That's my guy, yo.
And Shaq, his brother, he the one. That's the car that was in the graffiti. Yeah.
The world is super small, bro. Yo, shout out Lee, bro. What's up, bro? I hope you're listening right now. Man, I mean, you know, you moved to March 2020. You got the Inner Thoughts video, like. All right, I start to see like a change now. And it's like, all right, now we putting some real thought behind these videos now. Now we kind of pushing this career in a certain direction. Like it feels like you got a management behind you now, almost in a way. Even though you probably didn't, but like it had that same feel as like an artist who had like the whole package. And I'm starting to see that you putting something together. Tell us about that Inner Thoughts video. And you know, it's March 2020. You was kind of on fire in 2020. You still on fire, but like 2020, you lit the fuse. You know what I'm saying? You was going. So tell us about that video.
That was like when I was like actually getting serious. Like, all right, I need a music video, and I was, you know, like getting up there, really grinding, and that's what that was about. And I actually wrote that song at a hotel room during my other grandmother's funeral. It's like every time like one of my grandmothers died, that just gave me motivation. So I wrote that song in a hotel room on the way to our funeral. And I came back in Baltimore on the drop top. And shout out to Custom Bob Mo. She do all my music.
Oh yeah, all your videos. Yeah.
She do
big
that.
shout out.
Yeah.
Smoked it, by the way.
Yeah.
Smoked it. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, like after that, I just been like being consistent and doing music videos and really making real songs. Like I try to stay away from the freestyles a little bit and do like more songs because the people listen to.
Yeah. Was that intentional to move away from the freestyle thing and then to go towards like real singles or like, you know, even put the project like the album Tough Love?
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like,
So I like to do more things like on the Apple Music.
Okay.
I like to go to Apple Music, Spotify, music videos.
Yeah.
And I'm just finding out like really when you freestyles, you can't put that on Apple Music because it's not your beat.
Right,
so
exactly.
Now I'm getting into like, all right, I need my own beats.
Right.
I need all this so I can get it on Apple Music, so I can get it on Spotify.
No, for sure. That's dope. In 2020 still, so like we got to talk about, like I said, the album Tough Love. Like you had like the Inner Thoughts, like that intro, like Run It Up, like, you know.
Oh yeah, Run It Up. That
was
down the hard, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you putting out videos, putting out content, and building this album. I think it's 11 songs.
Yep.
So like,
But now that I look back at the album, like them songs. Everybody
says that, bro. I swear to God, everybody say that.
No, now I don't even listen to it anymore. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, that ain't even me. No.
I mean, yeah, you're a whole different person now, right? You had to build the career, like you had to build the skill set and keep getting better.
Yeah, that was some young stuff. My voice even sounds different. Like I sound like a little girl when I'm
I mean, you was kind of young in this. It's like you ain't start like at like 25 like a lot of people did. Like you started early, so like you gonna have that. You gonna look back at 5 years and be like, bro, what I put out 5 years ago in 2023, I sound like a little girl, bro. You probably gonna say that.
I don't like them at all.
Man, so I mean, what was that process like though? Like at a young age, you know, still like making an album. Like what was that experience like? Because I know a lot of people, like I said, don't do that until they 25. You know, like. But
you gotta really want it, and like I don't have no plan B. Like a lot of people got plan A, got plan B. I don't got a plan B because if I get a plan B, I'm not gonna really put my all into my plan A. So that's why I keep this plan A. That means I gotta make sure this happens. If this don't happen, then I don't got nothing.
Yeah.
That was my mindset, like all the way up to I really took it serious. Like I gotta do this right. I gotta be serious. Because I'm young. I'm 2018, 2020. Man, I'm a kid. They ain't gonna take you serious, but you gotta show them. When you put that work in, and then, like, you put that work in, they all gonna be looking like, yeah. A lot of people reached out because they see them putting that work in.
Yeah, going crazy. No, for sure. No, I definitely seen it. I mean, like, you could tell the energy, like I said, he was on fire in 2020. Like, that energy going up through 2020 was insane. Like, and even following into, like, March 2021, where, like, you did, like, PBS NewsHour, like, you know what I'm saying, you on there with,
and
like,
it's
young
different
elder
stuff, but it still relates.
It still relates because, like, you getting in front of the camera and being sort of a voice, because, like, your content is all about relatable sort of concepts. It's all about, like, you know, things that people can connect to and things that really touch people. That PBS NewsHour was really, like, about helping other people, like, really
and
getting
it was
them
about COVID.
about COVID, like getting the vaccines really more popular in the community. Like, and shout out to Young Elder too, by the way. Like, you were doing it with, like, I think it was what was the name? Heart Smiles.
Shout out to Heart Smiles.
Big shout out to Heart Smiles, and I think Hip Hop Public Health.
Yep. Shout out to Hip Hop Public Health.
Like, tell us your experience doing that, because, like, not everybody gets on PBS NewsHour to, you know, rap. If all things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was rapping too. Like, you know, tell us about that experience. That was huge for the community.
Yeah, so shout out to Heart Smiles. I had got that connection through Heart Smiles. Hip Hop Public Health, they focus on, you know, like, vaccines, and they try to, like, engage into the community, but do it in the songs, because they know that, all right, youth and kids and families, they listen to songs. So that's how we came about it, and it was during COVID. So they like, all right, TayyBandz, I need you to write a song and make it about COVID. So we was like, all right, bet. So we got the song, and we sent it over, and then we had, the next thing you know, we had an interview and for the PBS interview. And that got on the news. So I'm like, all right, we fired up. Then they came back, and we had to do another one. Then they took us out New York. So
like, I want to talk about that.
Now like, all right, okay, like, we getting somewhere,
No, for sure. No, that's, I mean, I seen all that energy around it, and, like, I seen, like, just that thing in the community is, like, such a needed thing, I think. You know, like, public health, like, mental health, all types of these, like, health issues we have in the Black community, specifically in Baltimore. Like, that's such a great look, you know, to be able to do that at a young age still. I'm going to keep saying a young age, because, like, I don't even think are you 21 yet?
No.
You're not even 21 yet. And it's like, you've done more things than a few people I've sat down with, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a blessing, you know, to have done all these things for the community and really bring some positive energy to Baltimore City, because a lot of people do shows and it's about, like, the murders, about the drugs, about the violence, you
sex,
know,
women,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but it's never highlighting the positive parts of Baltimore. Like, somebody who could be out here on the block at a young age, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want you to do as a kid. Like, oh, grab this, hold that, you know what I'm saying? Go do this. Like, instead of doing that, you was like, yo, I'm going to make a record about COVID vaccines, and I'm going to get people vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, you know how many people died from COVID? Like, that's incredible. Like, you're on fire. I mean, and I can't keep going without saying, like, big shout out to HU. You committed to HU. You know what I'm saying? Howard University, you HU 25, right?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you noticed, I went to Howard too. I graduated from Howard HU 16.
Yeah, I seen you. Just how you do research.
You gotta do research, you know what I'm saying? HU, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Everybody from Howard, you better stand up and tap in, man, because, like, man, Howard is in the building. We gonna take over. I'm telling you, especially Baltimore Howard, you know, goers. Like, we on top. I can't not say that before we get to the interview, because you committed, and I seen that, like, before that you already had a pathway to doing good things for the community. Going to Howard is only going multiply it, elevate that to the next level.
Right.
You know. Big shout out to MOGWC too. I founded that org out there. I don't know if you heard of them. You know, and it was about something similar to what you were doing, sort of helping the community. We're a community service organization, so I wanted to make sure I'm bringing that back home. I'm, like, also, like, making it make sense for myself in DC, in Baltimore, regardless, you know. So big shout out to Howard University. Big shout out to MOGWC. We're in the building, man. So, you know, July 2021, you dropped the intro video, you know, and I wanted to ask, like, what was the reason there was the gap between, like the Run It Up video was a little earlier,
right?
You know, the Inner Thoughts video was a little earlier, but then the intro video was in July 2021. Like, why did you choose to release that one later than the others?
Inconsistency. That's my biggest problem. Not being consistent, slagging. That's what that was.
Yeah. What was could you at least give us some insight on how you were able to break out of that rut, or, like, that inconsistency? What happened that you switched back on?
having people by my corner or in my corner saying like, "What you doing? Why you ain't drop nothing?" Or it's July, or it's June. Why you ain't dropping nothing? We 6 months in, you don't got no song, you don't got no music video. Like really, like getting on me. I'm like, all right, yeah, you right.
Yeah. No, for sure. Again, support system, man. That's another gem, man. I hope y'all listening to these gems, bro. Cause like you need somebody to really put you on your business. Cause like you never know. You could be slacking. You think you're doing what you need to do. You think you're on top of everything. You ain't doing enough. And there's somebody always working harder than you. There's somebody always like you going to sleep. They up for another 4 hours, putting in another song, putting in, another shirt, making another piece for their brand. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to always remember that. And, that's dope that she was able to sort of get back out of that. I mean, and like you had mentioned, I stopped you before because you had said you did the other, you worked with Heart Smiles and Hip Hop Public Health again, and then you went to New York and you did a record with the legendary DMC and, man, Artie Green. Big shout out to Artie Green. Big shout out DMC because, like, how many people from Baltimore can you say work with DMC, son? And Artie Green, multi-platinum, award-winning producer. Like, bro, like, tell us about that. Because I know that, like, even the drive was probably lit.
So we took a train. We took a train.
Okay.
We took a train there because we went and took a train. And then we recorded at Artie Green's house. And so when we went upstairs in his house, all you see is pictures of, like, Ashanti and Barack Obama or Beyonce or like all the famous people you can think of. It's just a picture. I'm blown away. Then he got this big studio, the big booth. I'm like, this can't be real. So we spitting. I'm think I'm doing something. I'm cocky. I'm think I'm doing something. He like, no, you ain't doing it right. But,
we gonna get it right.
Yeah. It came on nice too,
Yeah, no, it was mixed well, like it was mastered well. Like I definitely liked the record. It was the Community Immunity Teen Takeover record, right? Like, man, big shout out to you because like I don't know nobody that worked with DMC. Like that's insane. Like you could put that on any resume and people would be like, yeah, no, you're actually valid. like nah, we gonna work. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? That moves to April 2022. Man, Letter From My Heart, that Rod Wave remix.
Oh yeah.
That video, that beat alone had me like, okay, because I liked it, you know what I'm saying, already. But like when I heard you approach it, I was like, okay, like there's something happening here. Like, you still, again, putting this in the perspective. Like you're putting your career like one more step at a time, one more piece of skill set on top of it. Like let me keep sharpening my sword. Like, tell me about that video. Tell me about like the reason you wanted to do that record.
Alright, so I'm growing up now. I'm in relationships and love songs. Now I'm trying to connect with the people that's around me. Connect around people that's my age. A lot of people be going through heartbreaks, be going through problems. And I ain't never dropped a love song.
I was gonna say,
And with a music video like that, so I'm like, alright, let me drop this love song. Then I got my cousins on my back, like, why you never drop no love song? You need to do something. You need to be versatile. You need to do more stuff than rap and all that. I'm like, all right. So I got a little melody, and that's when I started like getting into the melody and singing a little bit. So
yeah. No,
so now,
for sure.
So now I got a lot of love songs, a lot of unreleased. So
Yeah. No, for sure. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna ask what was the transition from doing sort of those freestyle sort of regular rap records, well, not regular rap records, but traditional rap records, to like doing a little more love melody kind of records.
Back,
It was your cousins like in your ear, like, why don't you got a love song? I need you to have a love song. That's important. Yeah, that's dope. And that versatility is important because like you now when you do these showcases, you can do a wide range of records.
Right.
You won't just need to stick into one lane. You can do like, okay, there's a lot of ladies here. Let me do a love record. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of trenches, you know what I'm saying? Let me do that trap, you know what I'm saying? You could do both, and I love having that versatility. Like you did, like May 2022 is the Metro Baltimore performance. Like I know that was lit. I know that was up. You know what I'm saying? And then you did your first BU Youth Talent Showcase like September 10th. Like that's just like you just like on this pace to keep going further and harder. Shout out to Queen HD the DJ too, by the way. Big shout out Hope, man. Tell us about doing that for the first time. Like BU.
Nobody knows what goes on in the background, how to put a story together, how to put an event together.
Yeah.
But it is hard work, like blood, sweat, and tears for real. Like, oh my God, there was so many times in the back, crying my heart out because I really wanted to work and I don't think it's working. But I got that big support system. Shout out to Queen DJ HD. Shout out to Kid J, my co-host for BU. Shout out to Custom by Mo. Shout out the whole Heart Smile.
Barry's by
Keisha. That's the venue that we started. Barry's by Keisha.
I need to get some strawberries too, by the way.
They the best strawberries in the DMV, the world, United States, man. For real. Take a village. Like, you really gotta have it. So to have that big support system, it was a lot,
Yeah. That's dope, man. Like, and I think that's important too, because like you had mentioned, like, you in the back crying because like you really want this to go well, and it's like your baby. You know, like you really put this together, and like you got all these, you know,
and there's
parties.
so many like moving parts. Like, like our first event, the cake, our food didn't even come like 2 hours in. But everything is already like set in stone. You got the artists, you got the animation, you got other artists. Now your food coming late, so now you got to switch things around. And nobody know this, nobody know what's going on but you and your team. So now you gotta act like you know what's going on.
Right.
Or like, it be a lot. Or sure. Like, or then you got some artists back out last minute. Or some get sick, some lose their voice, and then you gotta bring some more artists in.
Yeah, you always got to be flexible with an event like that. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think so far you've done your BU talent showcase like 5 times. You've had it 5 different times now. Like, this is becoming like a platform. Now. Like, this is becoming bigger and bigger every time you do it. You know, more people get engaged. The stage gets bigger. You know, like, tell us about what that means to you, giving that to the community and showcasing sort of the talent that you see that everyone else can't see yet.
Right. So it still didn't even hit me yet. Like, what I'm really doing, like, everybody see what I'm doing, everybody see how impactful, but I don't really see it yet. Like, I know I got it, but I ain't really seeing it yet. But it's big and it's crazy, like, cause a lot of people just think Baltimore is this bad place. You know, we getting shot up and killed and all of this, but it really is like it's a good place. The positivity, the youth. It start with the youth. It start with our generation now. So just to encourage them to have that safe place. Do what they want to do what they love. Like, if they see me doing this and they see me rapping and they see me performing, they know they can do it too. And that's what 100%. I just want all the younger people, elementary, middle school, all these students to look up to me like, TayyBandz can do it, so can I. So that's just what all this is about, just to motivate youth so they can showcase their talent. And they getting paid, so you don't get that.
You're not gonna get that. Sometimes
you gotta pay to get on that. You gotta pay $100 but they getting paid.
That's dope.
So we really killing it. So I got a lot of I do it every other month. So June, we didn't do one in June because I just had it in May, but I got an event partner. I go to like different like community organizations. So I got an event partner with Tammy's Angels. That's Sunday.
Dope.
I got another event with King Hardy.
Yeah.
He Morgan State alumni. His on the 23rd.
Okay.
I got an event at Amazon like the 21st of this month. So yeah, June is a busy month for me.
Yeah. It's definitely on fire right now, for sure. The streets is hot right now, and you better tap in early before her phone go off. Man, so I mean, like, and I even seen at one of your like BU showcases, like Brandon Scott pulled up, like, yo, like, man, your joint, like, bro, like, everybody, like, bro, you famous now, bro, you popping, bro, you just bringing everybody outside, like, come on, bro, like, I know that must have felt good to see him acknowledge sort of your impact in the community too.
Yep. So I had wrote a letter, right? I wrote a letter to him, and it said, "Dear Brandon Scott." Told him my whole intro, everything I did. I don't even know if he read the letter, but I shout out to Miss Keisha, Bandz by Keisha. She drove me to City Hall. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna be able to get in there. We ain't gonna see no man. Why am I writing this letter? This is dumb, man.
Right.
She like, come on, we gonna go. So we go to City Hall, and we talked to his assistant, and we gave the assistant the letter and some strawberries. And she's like, oh yeah, you got me some strawberries. Yeah. So she must have gave the letter to Brandon Scott. Yeah. So
she took the strawberries for herself though.
So I went to my email, sent her thank you email, thank you for showing up and listening to me. Yeah. And she put on the schedule. He was there.
That's
he
crazy.
Locked in, like, and he really showed up, and it encouraged everybody in the room, motivated everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that was dope. Shout out to Brandon Scott. Like, he really doing it for the city, doing it for the youth. So yeah.
No, for sure. Definitely. And I mean, that was enough Oh, I mean, well, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this was after he had came to your showcase. He did the Lead Hership Youth Summit. Like, you were on the docket for that too, and like sort of that connection, that handheld handshake kept going. You know, like he was able to sort of put you in another place now, where it was able to elevate, you know, your voice, and you can perform in front of, you know, even more people.
Yeah,
so tell us about that.
I performed at that, and I also was a vendor there. So I was getting, you know, it was like for youth, and it was for girls. So I got them to sign up. They was an artist. You know, they rap, poetry, and so I had that. So that was real good.
That's dope.
And then after that, we did another event for spring break. So I had BU come out. I had some BU artists, and we performed for the kids that was at the camp for spring break.
Now, you've definitely made a few appearances around like schools and like elementary schools. I think it was the Fort Washington Elementary.
Fort Worthington,
Worthington. Yeah, like even elementary schools, like that's hard to do.
But
like,
that's where it started
also,
though. It's some kids, like even when you get to high school, they already got their own mind.
Exactly.
Like 15, 16, 17, they already gonna do what they gotta do.
Exactly.
So you gotta get them when they're young, in middle school and elementary, because if you get them young and they see you, then you just gotta follow up.
You just gotta follow up.
They already in high school. They already like
they already got
do.
their role models set up for them.
You gotta start with them young. So I thought I wanted to do this for like the older kids and the college, but it's really for the youth, like really for the kids, cause the kids, they need the outlet, they need somewhere to go. Yeah, no, for sure, they definitely do. I think that's the best way to sort of curve what we're seeing in the streets now. You know, like you get younger kids, you start show them like a really positive image and say like, yo, you could actually do this. Like this is gonna bring you more money than whatever you thought you was gonna do before. Like like all my showcases were successful, but I was just missing that one piece, and it was them little kids. So then when I switched over to Fort Worthington, it's an elementary and middle. I'm like, bingo, that's where it's at. All the kids, all the youth, and they they was little kids. Like, they was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They like real young, but they having a good time. Smiles on their face, dancing. Yeah, it was nice. Man, shout out to was it Mr. Johnson, who like gave you that energy early as a little kid? Yep, and he worked at Fort Worthington too. That's crazy. Full circle moment. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, like you're doing for little kids now what was done for you as a kid. Like he gave you this rap, and it was like, oh, I can actually do this. Like I'm actually good at this. He wrote it for me. You know, he like, all you gotta do is remember it. I'm like, all right, I can actually do this. You know what I'm saying? No, that's dope. That's insane. I want to give you flowers again, because like not many people are doing that for kids. You know, and really curving that next generation. So big shout out to you, man. Like I also want to ask, like, man, so you did I think you did a Jay Hill interview too. Like, you did like a few big interviews, you know what I'm saying? Including this one. You did a few big interviews. Like, do you like the interview space? Like, is that like, is like, you gotta like step outside your comfort zone, right? Okay, so that's the moment that I'm in now. I'm trying to step outside my comfort zone. It's like, even when I host, like Jay can tell you, my first event, I gave her the mic the whole night. Like, I don't even want to talk. I don't know what to say. Now I'm taking the mic from her. Yeah, now we introduce. But like, this is about like stepping out of my comfort zone. I don't like talking at all. Like, I don't like talking. I couldn't tell. I just sit back, chill, because I don't really have much to say. I just want to rap. So now, but like, if I'm wanting to be big and getting big, I'm going to have a lot of interviews. So now I'm just trying to start now and get out of my comfort zone, so it can become like easy for me. For sure. I mean, I think there's only one more question I have to ask you. Is like, you know, you've done early hip hop career, progressed that into something great. You've done like the early showcase community work, built that into something great on number 5 of BU Showcase. Even like Baltimore's Got Talent, you know. Like, what's in the next 5 years? What are you going to build next? What's your next plans for these next 5 years? So right now with this BU, eventually I want to turn this like a mentoring program. So we having a space for them to showcase that talent, but what about that mental health? So like, I teach business classes around the city at Douglas, Fort Worthington, where else? Reginald F. Lewis. And So I kind of want to like do that on my own, but have it like with BU. Dope. Yeah, no, 5 years, I'm gonna be on the Grammys. Right. But I'm gonna still bring my whole BU artists with me. Come back to Baltimore. That's going crazy at the Grammys. Years. No, for sure. I don't need to see Baltimore at the Grammys. I need to see Baltimore at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, definitely. Going to Baltimore strut.
Yeah, no, 100%. You need to get Diddy to do it with you, you know what I'm saying? Because apparently he know how to do it now. So, like, tell him come on stage. We going to do it. Get King Los too. Man, big shout out to you, man. You heard it first, man. TayyBandz is in the building, man. Tell them one more time where they can follow you.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at thereal.TayyBandz, thereal.TayyBandz. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at BU410_, BEYOU410_.
I appreciate you for pulling up once again. This is a great interview.
Me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honor. You know what I'm saying? You're doing great stuff for the community. I gotta highlight that. I can't let you be doing great stuff for these kids, you know, the up and coming youth, and not highlight you. And I want to say thank you for the work you're doing in the city right now. Cause like, man, I can't wait to see any new music, any new performances. Like, I can't wait to see, man. Like, keep your ears to the streets. If you listen, keep your ears to the streets. It's gonna be on fire. Tap in with TayyBandz, man. And before you leave, I'll leave you with one sacred short Baltimore proverb, and that is keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Once again, it's your boy Mike on the mic from the Vibe Perspective Podcast with my guys at Ground 3 Radio, DJ. Okay, man, we here. Call in once again at 443-377-1872. Again, the number is 443-377-1872. Leave a message about TayyBandz, about BU, Baltimore Got Talent, like anything you'd like. Next interview coming up soon, and keep it locked with Vibe Studios and Ground 3, man. Let's keep the vibe alive, man. Peace.
What's up, y'all? It's TayyBandz. I'm at Ground 3 Radio, and you rocking with Mike on the mic. Shout out to BU. Stay ready for our next event, because we dropping a flyer real soon.